Yo, hey, it's me. And today, we're gonna play some more Stardew Valley because I am too lazy to do anything else with my life. Hey, King Shrek. How you doing, man? I wasn't gonna play tonight. I was gonna work tonight. And then I changed my mind and I thought, you know what, I'll just play. I'll just game a little bit offline. It'll be fine. But I can't find a game that I want to play. So I'm out of stuff to do, so you know what, we'll just play Stardew Valley. I'm very annoying to myself at the moment. I don't know what is up with my game enjoyment brain. I know exactly what I want to play, I just can't find something that fits my mood. Where's that music app so I can mute it? Ha. So at least Stardew Valley is fun and it's going to keep my mind busy. So that is what we are doing today. I hope you had a good day at least. Blah blah blah. Trying my best not to cough. Hang on. Okay, let's try this again. Man, when am I gonna stop coughing? It's so fucking annoying. You've been in a bad mood all week for absolutely no reason. Maybe you're absorbing my mood through the internet. Because I've been having a spectacularly shit week. And maybe I'm not hiding it well enough. Not sure if that is something you could get through the internet, but I don't know, often when I was online I end up in a worse mood, so maybe it's possible. Shit, maybe I've been absorbing your mood. That doesn't mean I can blame you. Yeah, it's just been a shit week. Only have myself to blame, so here we go. At least this weekend is a long weekend. Can hide away completely from work. Someone sold you expired nicotine pouches. Oh, damn. Is that like giving someone decaf coffee instead of normal coffee when they need it? So you've been going through nicotine withdrawals? Damn. That's rough, buddy. That's rough. I mean, it doesn't matter how shit my week is, at least I'm not addicted to cigarettes. That's one thing I've got going for me. No nicotine addiction. So everything could be a lot worse. Did I ever... I think I forgot to plant stuff yesterday. Withdrawal mood swings. It does have to be really nice, honestly. Yeah, and out of all the things in my life that goes wrong, at least I don't have chemical addictions to things. 'Cause that would suck. I mean, it must be nice having something in my life that puts me in a good mood, but Technically, theoretically, I'm probably addicted to caffeine. Because I will have a headache if I don't have my coffee, but I don't think that's quite the same, right? Still not ideal, but it's not exactly the same. But I'm just very happy with myself that I never started smoking. Because damn. It just looks like fun. I think I would have loved it. And I would have never stopped. If you ever reach a day, that last cigarette whatever day does hit different. I can just imagine waking up, drinking my coffee and having a nice cigarette. But no, bad. Don't know how I'll ever stop. Maybe get some nicotine patches and slowly reduce the strength. I don't know, how do people stop smoking? I mean, if it was easy to stop smoking, almost no one would smoke, right? It's one of those things where people confuse the concept of something simple with something's easy. Right, it's super simple to stop smoking, right? Just don't put that thing in your mouth, light it up and breathe through it. Simple, but not easy. 23 crows. 13 crows. But yeah, I'm fairly sure if I was a smoker, there would be zero chance that I'd be able to stop. Trying to reduce the pouch strength. I have a couple friends who, every time I see them, this is their last day. Tomorrow they stop. And that's been going on for so long. That dude stopped smoking every week before he met his girlfriend. And then he was going to stop smoking before the wedding. Now they're both still just smoking. And I've tried just limiting the amount of cigarettes. I've tried doing patches. I've tried going e-cigarette, because then you can limit the amount of nicotine, right? And then bought those little vapes that look like cigarettes. But it doesn't last long, right? It lasts until you have a shit week and then bam, one pack. Every time I reduce that, I use more pouches per day for a couple months, slowly trying to use the frequency. Going one step again, which makes it more expensive. Yeah, I don't think that's how you should do it. I feel like in that case, it would almost be better to go for a vape. Because then you can start off with just nicotine juice and later on you end up with just juice. No, definitely not. As long as you don't go cotton candy flavor or whatever the hell. Very proud you ever switched from cigarettes to pouches. When you say pouches, do you just mean you roll your own cigarettes, right? Is that... Are there nicotineless pouches as well? I'm confused. Are you buying pouches of nicotineless? Wait, the little pillow thingies. Oh, the stuff you just put in your mouth. Isn't that incredibly risky? Isn't that like getting on the highway to mouth and throat cancer, or is it not that bad? Buy some kale. So it's not even the smoking sensation you miss, it's literally just the nicotine, damn. So you're basically just, I don't know, sucking on a nicotine candy every day. Hang on, I'm curious now. Oh, sorry, I pictured you buying like pouches of tobacco when you said pouches. I don't have the... Oh, these things. Am I supposed to show this on stream or not? I don't know. Oh damn, the UK wants to ban them. Oh, that was from 2 years ago. Okay, never mind. Okay, now I understand. Yeah, that seems rough. Hey, walrus. Synthetic, which almost eliminates cancer. Oh, so it's literally just the nicotine, right? Way more disgusting, but less detrimental. Yeah, at least smoking looks cool. Okay, so your health is fine. You're just addicted to the nicotine. Okay. Did I not buy enough? Ah, shit, I should have bought one more. Let's just plant a mixed seed in there. Don't leave it open. Bam. How's your week going, Walrus? You also having a horrible week? Are you also struggling with a nicotine addiction? I think it is time to do that house upgrade. Keep postponing house upgrade because it is useless for me, but I think it's time. We have 66,000. I need 65. We have enough hardwood. Make it manageable. All my colleagues are back. Yay! You're not struggling with nicotine addiction. You quite enjoy it, to be honest. Yeah. Man, if smoking didn't look so chill. If smoking wasn't unhealthy, right? Or you could just take a pill to cancel out the unhealthiness, and tobacco didn't smell so much, then I would 100% He's smoking like a chimney. I think it would definitely help me from snacking so much. Yeah, for a while at Gamescom main event is tonight. Ooh. Is anything good happening with Gamescom? Let's see. Events. Should be looking at the games. Gamescom is more of an industry one, or is it not? Who is it aimed at? Ooh, consecutive 5-stream streak. Hello, Zamar. Didn't mean to do that. It's okay. At least no one's beating my streak. I didn't even know streaks existed until a while ago. So are these all the games they're going to feature? I hope Avowed is good. Oh man, they're doing Little Nightmares 3 and I still even haven't been able to play the first one. Diablo. Ugh. I'm done with Diablo. I gave it another fair shot and I'm sorry. Just no. Oh, Path of Exile. Or am I not? I am gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna get really into it, and then it's gonna make me sad. Showing off a lot of games. Is this all the games that's at the expo? A few days of industry film mingling and then 3 days for public. Ah. They're showing off a lot of games. Man, I'm so annoyed at myself. There are so many games. And there's so many games that are probably really, really, really good. And I've sat there for hours browsing through Steam and whatever, just trying to find something that I want to play and I just can't. Ooh, Gothic Remake. I don't know when I got so fussy. When did I get so fussy with my games? Let's get back to Stardew Valley. Forklift game looking kind of good. That sounds actually unironically good. Yeah, I'm so annoyed at myself. At the moment, I am looking for a... I'm suddenly over the whole I don't want to play a party-based RPG. I'm okay with the party. But I need it to not have like D&D style spell slots and abilities. The once a day ability. Oh, I'm playing this cool warrior. He can spin around like a Beyblade. But he can only do it once a day. And then he has to go and rest and he can do it again. I just don't like that. I want to play something with just cooldowns. Once per combat maybe, or every 4 turns you can do this thing. And I just can't find something. I never used to have such a big problem, but I think after playing Divinity, I realized how much I like just being able to cast what spells I want when I want, rather than hanging on to it in case the next fight is more difficult. Because I just do the same thing I do with potions and scrolls, and I just don't use them, right? I just hang on just in case. Dragon Age 4 sooner. Is it actually Dragon Age 4 or is it just Dragon Age whatever spin-off? I'm still annoyed at Dragon Age, what Dragon Age has become. Well, I get why they did it, but man, Origins was just so good. I swear, men with video games are like women with clothes. Hundreds of games on Steam library have nothing to play. Man, if I... How do I say this? If I enjoyed looking at myself in a mirror, let's say that. If I could look in a mirror and try on clothes and go, oh, this looks cool, that looks cool. You've seen how I dress up my character in the game. I will like clothes as well. Inquisition, they were called 3, so it's more like Inquisition 2. I played Inquisition, but I was just... I don't know. It's the open world nonsense problem, right? Which I think is my main issue with a completely different game type, right? But I think that's where all my issues with Diablo 4 is just the fact that it's a game that shouldn't be an open world game forced into an open world. Because nothing of the Diablo game style makes sense to be in an open world, and I think the only reason it's a big open world is because they want to force multiplayer in. They want to force you to encounter other people because then you see their cosmetics, which makes you want to buy cosmetics. But the story part of a game, the more linear a game is, the better the story is. The levels, not like the story. The story can be different, right? But the problem is Diablo has always had a very linear story, and your path through the game is very linear as well. Now, Diablo 4, you have an extremely linear story, but it's spread out throughout an open world for no fucking reason whatsoever. It just makes it worse. Like the biggest tip people give is just speed through the game until you can get the horse. It's not okay, the game is much better when you skip most of it and you can just run, yeah. And then the other thing about Diablo-like games is after you've done the story, you're just gonna grind, right? You're gonna redo content and try and get better drops and level up and blah blah blah. And that also sucks in an open world. That's static. Now instead of having a shitty open world with a bunch of markers on it, where you have to go get this, you have to go get that, you have to go get that, and at least you can tick them off a list. Now you have random shit that just appears every day. I guess the only thing worse than a bunch of useless objectives on an open world map is a bunch of useless objectives on an open world map that respawns. Hate it so much. So annoyed at that game. Could have been so good, but it's so shit. I just had that one good moment, which was the last act of the story, where it picked up and it got cool and had a couple really good cutscenes, and I thought, yeah, badass, and then it just turned to shit again. I can't find the new DA will have less open world and fetch quests and more linear maps and dungeons. We will see. Maybe it's good, but I mean, I'm okay with an action RPG. I want an action RPG where I've got a single character, or I want top down, I can control my entire party. Each action, each turn. I don't like mixture of those. And I think with this new one, what's it called again? Was it like Dreadwolf? Is it now Dreadwolf? Is it now something else? I don't really know. I know they renamed it, whatever the new game is. I heard you do have companions, but you can't control them. Which I think people will disagree, but I actually enjoy that more than like Inquisition, where you do have your companions and you can theoretically control them, but it's so shit to do in a game that almost feels like an action game, but it's not really, but it's sort of, but it's not really. I'd much rather have no control over the companions and not expected to control them versus having some control, but it's so clunky and shit. I wait 3 years and buy a complete version with all DLC for $20, yeah. The way you should do Ubisoft games, other than not play them at all. What I with Ubisoft games these days is I wait until there's shitloads of content and then I subscribe for a month to their Ubisoft Plus. I don't even know what it's called anymore. And I play the game for a few weeks and I realize this is shit. And then I stop playing. Okay. Damn, all that money. All that money and it's just gone. This is the creepiest lady in the game. Look at this guy hiding in a bush. What you doing, man? I used to be less fussy with what I play, and I'm like, okay, this isn't wonderful, it's not ideal, but hey, I'll play it because it's all I have. But now, because there's so much, I just don't have... Unless something else about the game is really good. These small annoyances just ruin it all for me. When I make my pros versus cons list in my brain. I think it was like Mass Effect, you can control party members, you can select this skill in active pause menu. I'm okay with that, right? Okay, you go grenade that person, you go do that. But I'd still rather do full control. But I get why they went away from that. It's difficult to do that with the controller, right? We're going to the mines. I don't really know what else we have to do. Yeah, I just don't like it when they mix. I want to I either want to have control or I want to have no control. I don't want to have a sort of slightly maybe a little teensy bit. That just doesn't feel good. I think right now every day I just go through all my... Why did I go 125? Every day I just check all the games on my wish list. And see, has this released yet? Has this released yet? Has this released yet? Or, like, nope, early access, early access, early access. Like, okay. Because there's so much there. So much there. Man, now that I saw you write Mass Effect, I thought maybe I should give Mass Effect Andromeda another go. But not sure. That game actually ended up being almost good for me. There's a lot that annoyed me and whatever, but it did feel almost good. I really like the idea that they went to. It's not a sequel, it's just we wanted to make another Mass Effect game. Different galaxy, blah blah blah. I would actually like it if they make just, hey, here's some humans that just left. None of the other races, everything else is new. I mean, he doesn't actually have to be even human, it could just be... Oh. another galaxy. Completely new, everything races, new weapons, new powers. Because I do like the third-person cover shootery kind of games, combined with like an RPG. Like an RPG light with some shooting in. Imagine if Mass Effect and Gears of War had a baby. That would be so good. Just struggling with the fourth main boss in Ender Lilies, couldn't get through the first phase. Oh man. Okay, maybe it's a good thing I never played that too much. I was gonna... My first thought for tonight, when I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll just stream, was I should play more Elden Ring, but then I realized I just can't do any struggling against boss fights tonight. I just don't have it in me. And then you realize you completely ignored leveling up. You level up. Wait, so you got to the fourth main boss without leveling up? Damn. Skills. Maybe one of these days I'll get good. Upgrade your skills after 8 hours of game. Holy shit. Let me check how much have I played, because I think I remember leveling up, because you level up the specific dudes, right? I think so. Which account did I play in the Lilies on? Enter Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. Yeah, I think I remember leveling up and I played 3.1 hours. I got 7 achievements. Huh. So damn. And I think I struggled. I just feel like there is a specific game I want to play, and I just can't think of it. And it's annoying my brain. Just frustrating, but pretty straightforward until that boss. You know, it's a good reason I stopped playing after 3 hours. I probably struggled too much. Why do we still need to kill? We need to kill some of those serpents. Don't have to kill any more slimes. Can't remember. Wait, should I wear the burglar ring? I wouldn't mind having another spot. Game's super clunky and has floaty controls. Doing last week's poor game as a whole isn't bad, so you finish it. I'm too fussy, right? I think any problem I had with games and games industry and stuff at the moment, most of it is just suddenly being too fussy. Like when I internally in my brain put things on the pro and the con side and say this is a +1 and this is a +2. I think it's like, oh, this is wonderful, +2, and then something, oh, this is a minor annoyance, -6. If I don't stop myself, I'm gonna just start playing Terraria again. Or what other else games I've put too much time in. Ooh. Yeah, at the moment I just want to play a cool strategy RPG with not too limited abilities. I don't think that's too much to ask. That should be easy to find. The only problem is, the only ones I can think of is like Divinity, Original Sin, and I played that very recently. Or recent enough that I don't want to play it again right now. I had so much fun playing the second one with the mod that lets you just have unlimited party members. It was just so nice constantly outnumbering the enemy, not having to worry about how I level up because I've got enough characters. I can have one character just do auto magic, one do just earth, one do just fire. It was a lot of fun. Almost zero challenge, but a lot of fun. Started selling my board games yesterday, made £250 already. Nice. I don't even want to know. I considered once adding up how much I've spent on board games, but I don't want to know. It is shocking. It is shocking how much. Right, I look at a video game and it releases and it's £60 and I think, oh fuck that shit. And I'll probably easily get 60 hours of a lot of fun out of it at least. And I still think that's not worth it. And then I see a board game come out that looks really fun. And it's on Kickstarter. I pay £120 and I play it 3 times with my friends and I think, yeah, that was good use to my money. Raisin fed Junfo. Feed them raisins. It's just funny how I still have board games, Kickstarter board games that's still not done. And I backed all of them like 3-4 years ago and I still played often. It's crazy. You only have Carcassonne, so you have a 100% good game library then. Nice. Still waiting for one game Kickstarter, supposed to ship in February. Good. When I finally got that one scam game, which I was sure I would never ever see. But now, yeah, I don't think I'll ever play it. And the Carcassonne Big Box 2017 edition until yesterday. I almost bought that. So close. I mean, I spent too much money on it, but it was my main hobby for a while, and I did play like every week, sometimes twice a week. Sometimes show up at a friend's house, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I leave at 2. So we did play a lot. And I always weighed it against if we went to the pub, right? I'd be spending a lot of money. But still, spend too much. But I'm always okay with spending money on things that bring you joy. I haven't played in almost a decade, damn. It's not a waste, really more like investment. They're in good condition, yeah. I've considered either selling them or just, I don't know, donating them to a board game shop or something. Or board game cafe, not shop. But they're sort of, they're my collection, so at the moment I don't want to. It's just gonna be a big hassle when I move. Well, yeah, maybe if I get to the point where I can't afford my rent or something, I'll try and sell a few. Because I've got a bunch I could probably get a chunk of money for, right? Like big games with some Kickstarter exclusives, things that are still popular. But I'm not quite there just yet. You mentioned Madness First Edition is no longer produced, quadrupled in price since I bought it, yeah. And I sleeve all my cards as well, so everything is in really good condition. And for a lot of them I made like inserts for the box, so everything has its place. Let's dump the slime. But I still don't want to sell them. But I would have so much space if I did. Because I've got a bunch of shelves. That's all just board games. Problem with Carcassonne is you need at least 3 players for it to be fun. There's a lot of board games where like, the player count makes such a big difference. Well, my problem was just mostly me and 2 other guys, and so many games. 3 players. If you play 3-player games with people who easily get very salty, then I just don't like games with any conflict, because you're always gonna gang up on someone, right? Oh shit. Maybe eat more cheese. There'll be one person willing to play, that being my mother. Oh, that's sweet. I don't think I would ever play a board game with my mom. That would be... that would be horrible. There's no way we'd get through an entire game. I'd probably get completely disowned before we... like, we played Carcassonne, and the first time I accidentally took the route she wanted to do. I think I'd be definitely disowned. Used to play on Christmas when friends came to visit, but all moved away. Yeah. I used to always be the one with all the games, but I always brought them to another dude's house so we can play. And we had board game night every week. And then every weekend, or most weekends, we just go to the house as well and do a long day. But then they decided, no, what, no, it's I should get married and have kids and move really far out of London. And now it's like 2 hours to get to their house. And it's different. You can't really just sit there all day and play games if you've got 2 toddler-sized kids. You do unfortunately have to put your priorities in a different place. But if you wait a bunch of years, then they'll all be old enough and maybe they'll want to play board games. But that all assumes I ever leave the house again. Used to have 2 separate groups of 6+ people playing every week, then bam, all the people are gone, life sucks. Yeah, it's amazing how that happens, right? And I used to always just wish that I had people to play with, and I never did. And I just see all these cool board games online. I even joined a board game group in London, but I just feel too awkward showing up alone, and then you have to go saying, hey, can I play with you guys? And I just couldn't do that, and everybody already knows everybody, so I didn't enjoy it. And then I made friends with a bunch of people, and then we played every week, and then they left. But we did try to just play with Tabletop Simulator every week, but it's just not the same. I feel like if I'm playing a game online, then it should be a game that's designed for online. Where board games is more about just hanging out around the table with people than it's actually about the game. You showed up and it was all 40+ men and I was like 13. As if I go now, I'll be the 40+ old man. And I don't know, it's a bit too awkward for me. Unless I went to a group and I knew everyone was like older. I just want to show for a board game night and it's a bunch of people in their 20s and a couple married couples in their 30s. Too introvert to make friends in random board game groups, yeah. Let's just get over it and go join, but I'm not good at... I mean, I'm good at if I meet someone new, right, just chatting and whatever. I'm not like that shy, but if it's a group of unknown people, that's tough. It's like fighting a Dark Souls boss. I just don't want to do it. I just want to have an NPC summon that I can do, and then it's just not just me. Let's just drink this stupid tonic. So I've got space. Because yeah, I don't want to be the weird guy. Like if this group of people, they were hoping to play this game, just them, and then I show up and I go, hey, can I play with you guys? And everybody's too polite to say no. But I think that was probably just a problem of the group, right? The thing how it's supposed to be is there should be someone who's sort of assigned to greet and welcome new people, to avoid that specific problem, and that group didn't have anyone like that. So you just show up and a bunch of people have already set up some games and they all know each other and they've known each other for years and they're all friends. And they're like, oh, okay, no, this is not going to work. Don't like that at all. I always made friends with the leftover people just standing around when I was forced in some group. Yeah, if there's more people like that, then great. I don't know, I'm just not that good socially. Well, I'm not going to walk into a room with a bunch of people and sit in the corner and start crying, but I do like there to be at least one person that I know, right? And then you can talk to that person, and then you can talk to the person they're talking to. And then when the original person goes and gets a drink, you can talk to another person. You just need one, like, intro into the group kind of thing. Rather than showing up for something you don't know anyone. No one knows you. No one knows if you're a weirdo. Because no one wants to play with the old-looking guy they don't know, right? People want to play with their friends. So you're sort of inconveniencing them. Oh shit, it's late. And then we even had a board game night at work a few times, but it ended up just being a bunch of people who sit there and drink and seem like they don't actually want to play board games, and a couple of them are. I mean, most people in the company I like. There's just a small... what's that? Minority of people I don't like, but for some reason they all showed up at the board game thing. What is going on there? Huh. Probably a bug. And then when you just play those shitty Cards Against Humanity style party games, they're like, I don't think that's appropriate in a sort of work environment. Even though it's not, like, literally, it's not at, I mean, it's at the office, but it's after office hours, but still, that's just a problem asking to happen. Working days at school always ended up with the boys playing poker and others just reading books or playing the piano horribly. Interesting. I wish we could. I've complained about this a few times, I think, on stream, but we have occasionally had a very cool poker night at work when one of the more senior people organized it, and it was wonderful, and I loved it. It was so good. And then that guy left, and we have since tried to organize a poker night, but since then the company's grown a lot, and now we have an HR department and all those things, and people who just can't keep their opinions to themselves. Ah shit, I forgot to close the door. Now it's like, hey, we want to do poker night, blah 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 night. It's so much for buy-in, da da da. And then someone always goes and posts, is that legal? Are we allowed to do this? I'm not saying it's illegal, but maybe we should check just in case. Like, yes, it's legal, as long as we don't take a cut, and all the money someone puts in gets won, it's fine. It's legal in the UK, there's no problem, as long as the house doesn't take a cut, okay. And then that, some people are like, oh, we sure, blah blah blah, and then someone else posts a long thing about gambling addiction, and we should make sure that everyone's okay, blah blah blah. And then the HR lady makes herself known, and then someone else says, but should we even, why are we playing for money? If it was fun, right, it'd be fun without money as well. I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's just leave it, never mind. And we've never played poker since then. And it's not like we said, hey everyone, £300 all in. It was like, it was £5 in, and then another £5 buy-in if you fall out in the first hour. Definitely not legal at school. Probably just against the school rules, right? But we're more worried about like actual gambling legality. Because usually, you can't just... I can't open a gambling shop at home, right? But it all came down to, does the person organizing it take a cut? If you don't, it's fine. But yeah, I'm not even good at poker, but I love it. And there has to be something on the line. That's where it's nice if it's just £5. Because you're not going to care about, oh, I spent £5 for an evening of fun, right? It's not, you're not going to get sad if you lose because you lost out on £5, but it's fun getting 5 times 8, right? Like, yeah, cool, £40. No one was 18, okay. Then yeah, the school definitely doesn't want to run a underage gambling ring. Man, we used to go on holiday, we used to play poker with like little bags of sweets. But the problem is, as you play and you get in a snacking mood, suddenly you're out of money. Maybe just eat one of these sweets again. But yeah, I'll never play poker in a casino or something, that's just too much money. I wouldn't gamble that much. Oh, this reminds me, the rain tomorrow. I wanted to see if I can make as many rain days as possible to try and get as many batteries as possible. Because I think each rainy day there is a chance that it's gonna lightning, right? I think that's how it works. The only card game I ever joined in was Rummy, because anyone I know, I do think you then just know one of the best card games. Non-gambly card games. I love playing Rummy. Rummy was so good. Oh, it's still too early. We should have a new quest, shouldn't we? Yeah. During competition with a cash prize, all you've got to do is distribute 1 case. That's 48 cans plus 2 for luck to unsuspecting villagers. Oh, everyone hates the cola, don't they? Or are we killing crabs in East Scarp? Let's kill the crabs in East Scarp. Definitely can't gamble with army. You can gamble with anything, right? Slay 50 crabs. Wait, do the crabs run around at night? Oh, I have to remember to try. We used to do 10 cents per card in hand. Damn, nice. Yeah, I never gambled as a child. I didn't really have that much control over my own money. Just imagine if I got home and I had no money because I lost it in a rummy gambling session. Then I would have definitely no money. Ever. I'm mostly against doing gambling streams and stuff, right? But doing a little cheap, almost no money blackjack and whatever gambling evening would have been, it could be fun. Still planning of your parents on holidays, that's cute. Time to eat spaghetti for the 3rd time in a row. Nice. Don't you get a little tired of it? I don't know, I get a little bit tired of it after like 2 days and then I need to freeze the food. Damn. Should put your rummy skills into Mahjong. I want to learn how to play. Don't know how much effort it would be. And how difficult it is. I've watched a video or two. I don't know. Nah. Fairly similar to Rummy, sure. Except for all the tiles that people put down and all the words I don't understand. Upstairs neighbors are banging on the wall again. Yeah, just a similar. Lemon stone. Huh. I'm just gonna start putting stuff in here as well. There's this Mahjong Soul game I wanted to try, which is basically just anime Go Mahjong, right? Does look fun. Japanese site with no translation option, yeah. What do I do? Time is night, like 8. What does DVM stand for? Doctor of Vehicle Murder. Doctor of Vehicular Manslaughter. Drive very mindful. Do we just go to the mines until like 7 and then we'll come back? Stone's okay, wood's good. Let's go check. Oh, wrong button. It's all grown, right? Yeah. Might have overdone it slightly. Every time I accidentally walk out the screen. Oh, it's this weird girl. Don't like her at all. Blah blah blah, bird song, yeah. Oh no, now she's gonna complain about this guy again. Oh, he is half dead. Oh, you're half dead. I know they try to make us sound fancy, but even fancy people don't talk like that. Maybe I just don't know enough fancy people. Oh damn, he does look like he's had a rough time. Oh shit, it's the big cat. Cat is huge. Why is it looking at me like that? Oh, now it's looking at him. It did think I was the threat. Okay, let's just do this again. Okay. Waiting for all these trees to grow. So we can have a nice big tree farm, but been a little bit unlucky, I think. It's the same distance going back. Just keep going. What are they doing when they bang on the floor so much? Can't be me, I'm not that loud. Ooh, these are grown. Oh, that one's not grown. What do I need to make a tap? Wood and copper. Oh, I can make 25. Nice. Could actually have made more, but 25 is a decent amount. Okay. Let's go back. So definitely tap this one. What else do I want to tap? Let's just go for the variety. I'd have done all of these. Think so. Yeah. Is there a tap on there? Oh, there is. Thought I haven't gone that far yet. Oh, I did it that way. Cool. Let's go for these. Oh, it's just that one I didn't do. Oh, okay. Nice. I could probably expand this as well. Cool. Then need to make more kegs, right? Copper, iron, oak resin. Oh, and wood. Damn it. And how is it only Tuesday? It feels like it should be at least Thursday. At least. Only 20. Maybe I should just not play games anymore. Maybe I should do something else with my day. Could be fun. Maybe I should start reading more again. Man, I don't even know where I would start. Probably find a cool fantasy series that's done. So I don't get 7 books in and then I have to wait. Reading stream, 100% not. Even if it wasn't for the inevitable copyright strike. That does not sound like a good time to me. There's something about reading out loud to people that... can I? Ha. Oh. Whoops. I fucked up. Hang on. Hang on. No. How can I temporarily connect? Okay, I can't connect all of those at the same time. I'll have to wait until they're done and then I'll start building around this. This was stupid. Because if I actually connect these, I can't get through. Okay. Okay, I am intensely stupid. Vastly idiotic. But okay. That's fine. I want to kill these monsters. How about a writing stream then? Oof. Why don't we write a story? Never been that good at writing. I was okay. I must say, my essay writing at school definitely improved in like my final year when I realized I write better if I do it the night before. If I start writing like a week before and then I tidy some stuff up and I make some changes, don't get good marks. If I sprint run it the night before, I just in a panic just start writing, then I did quite well. But no, I don't think I have the creative energy for something like that. I wonder if there is someone doing writing streams. That would probably be... would that be fun or would that be incredibly boring? I do wonder. unclesadge explores Wattpad. I don't even know what Wattpad is. No idea. Is it a fan fiction thing? Something about it makes me think it's a fan fiction site. think so. Yeah, it seems like a good way to get banned as well. I wonder how explicit things can you read before it gets you banned. I'm actually curious now. What is the Twitch rules for things you say? We know what you can draw and what you can't draw. What can you write? Don't think they really know explicit. I don't know. I've never been into fan fiction, so I must say my only initial thoughts about it is probably just wrong. Because I feel like there must be a community, you're sort of in the community. And if you're out, then you have no idea what's going on the inside. A friend told you, oh, okay. Because I just imagine it being like, I don't know, Sherlock Holmes and Sonic the Hedgehog going on a picnic. Stuff like that. Maybe I should write fan fiction. Yeah, I'm just joking. Right, if it's a cool creative outlet for people, wonderful. People should write what they want and not have other people criticize because they don't get it. A classmate wrote on what my mom's gonna want some award. I want to keep it so secret. Teacher learned about it and told everyone. Oh, that sucks. How did the teacher find out? Man, for people who work with kids every day, there's just some teachers where I feel like they just don't understand at all what's acceptable with people and what's not acceptable. What are they doing upstairs? If I suddenly scream and it goes loud and then it goes quiet, you know the neighbors have been, I don't know, making a hole in the ceiling and it's fallen on my head. So I don't know what's up. They're doing something dodgy. Oh, it was horrible. I always thought being a writer would be very cool. I started writing a fantasy book many years ago. But I never got further than like a paragraph. And then I thought, I probably need to figure out what the story's going to be about before I just keep writing, and then never got that far. I don't even remember what it was going to be about. Oh, I think it was like some kid getting like infected with some elder vampire thing. And then it was going to be all badass, but occasionally lose control and kill everyone. It was at the edgy time in my life. I was young. Young and angry. It was before I became old and sad. Just kidding, I'm still angry. On the one hand, I think it's wonderful that virtually anyone can publish on Amazon. On the other hand, virtually everyone can publish their dog shit, horny divorced mom, wine mom romance. It's the same with games on Steam, right? I think it's just a tricky, with curation, it's a tricky problem. Like, do you just allow everything? And then some wonderful stuff can, slime gatherer, slime slayer, huh. And then some cool stuff can appear that would have never made it through curation, or do you just control things a bit more? Oh, sorry, do you understand everything free and... I don't even know what I said earlier. But yeah, it's tricky. I do think there's a lot of really cool stuff we would have never gotten if things were locked down a bit more, but there's just a lot more effort to waddle your way through all the crap. But I have my own annoyance with Kindle books, which is going to be very much old man being annoyed that why are these young people ruining my stuff. I feel like after Twilight, I feel like when it comes to fantasy stuff, and especially like occultish stuff, vampire stuff, other monster things, there's definite massive increase in the amount of those that are teen romance stuff rather than cool badass vampire stuff, and it's really hard. It's really hard to find. Because I started reading a few books that seemed good for like 2 pages, and I realized, okay, no, never mind. But that's just me gatekeeping. I think there's millions of people who like the other stuff. I just wish it was a little bit more separated. Like you had to specifically go for the young adult romancy stuff versus just going like fantasy. Okay, so... Oh, I'm just gonna Google this. I was gonna say, how do I figure out when these crabs come out? What's it called? Crab menace? Reducing the crab menace. Go to underscarp or deep dark found in a cave on Eastcourt Beach. Spawn only at night. More frequently after 12, but they start spawning around 8 or 9. Okay. Doesn't mind, there's some that I won't read, even the shittiest 50 Shades ripoff. And the nonsense fantasy books I've read as well, right? Oh. Who's that guy? Why is he bugging my buddy Clint? Is it Gus? Oh no, it's Jacob. What's Jacob's problem? It's because a pleasant evening. We're trying not to get ourselves involved. This is where we go. Okay, bye-bye. Nice. But yeah, back to curation thing. I think overall I'm a big fan of having some open platforms, even though you have to make your way through the piles of crap. I like that anyone has the chance, right? The only thing holding you back on Steam is like, what's it, $100 deposit or whatever. I do think it should have some cost. How we can clean that up. Because if it's just free, it's just going to be junk, shitty shovelware. But it should be accessible to most people. Okay, so what, do I wander around looking for crabs, and if I can't find any, we go into the cave? It's not a crab. Oh shit, we're full. Why are we not? I just don't have the range. Okay, hang on. No, there's no crabs in here. Why does that guy sound the same as a crab? Sorry, as a bat. Maybe just ban the AI stuff. Yeah, the AI stuff shouldn't be there at all. Or if you do want it, make another shop for it, where it's explicitly said, hey, listen, this was just made by stealing people's intellectual property and then hacking it all together. No one worked hard on this. Feel free to just pirate this because it shouldn't have copyright. Where am I supposed to find crabs? How many do I need to kill? 50. No, it's problem research. They even leave that introducing itself in the paper. Yeah, it would just be nice at some point if someone could do some tech work that has a good effect on society. Where do I find these crabs? Aggressive crabs are surfacing at night across the scope, threatening pets and wildlife. I mean, we are over here, right? I feel like if they were whining, it would be the in-town stuff. Yeah, with most like tech stuff that ends up replacing people's jobs, right? It is inevitable. But my problem at the moment with all these AI companies is it's not just like the product itself, it's the how they trained that thing. It's not a crab, it's an alpaca. If you say, oh no, we can't make our product without massive amounts of copyright infringement, then you should just have not made the product. I'm happy there's a lot of ongoing lawsuits. Oh shit. We found one. Yeah. Oh damn, it's the ones that look like rocks. Okay, hang on, I need the light then. Yeah, I think stuff like academic things were way more simpler in the days before something like that existed. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna pause and we're just gonna run and look for crabs because I don't want to do this multiple nights. It's gonna be too boring. So we'll just pause time, have a really long night. Hope they still spawn even though time is paused. But yeah, at least back in my day, if someone wanted to cheat, they had to pay someone else to do the work for them. Now you can just have your PC do it for you for free. But I do find the tech interesting, right? Because of how fast it all evolved. If I think back when I did a bunch of machine learning stuff, how shitty things were, even just like speech recognition things and image recognition stuff, how horribly bad it was. And then suddenly 20 years later, how far it's come. The tech is interesting, it's just a pity that oh shit. Where was I going with this? With what they're using the tech for. Oh, folks, Lexi. Oh, this is Lexi. Is Lexi a freaky weird axolotl looking thing? Not you to hurt you, only if you hurt me first. I feel like that's supposed to be I won't hurt you if you won't hurt me, but that sounds a little bit kinky. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Let's say that. I'm here to be your friend is weird. It's okay, just surprised. Yeah. Tell him your name. Yeah. Hello. You come visit me again? Sure. At the moment, I'm hunting crabs. Trying to get crabs and it's really difficult. Okay, I feel like crabs not gonna spawn in here, but let's talk to this guy. Maybe he sells something cool. Okay, never mind. Do want to figure out what's up with these crystals. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I do think at some point, right, having a digital assistant, it is going to be wonderful. It is going to be great when it works. It's just a pity, like, how they got there. And it's like, oh, how did you get so much training data to train your model so fast? It's like, aha, the secret. is crime. It's not copyright infringement if a big company does it. It's only copyright infringement if a small person does it. If you do it once, you get fined, you can go to jail. If you do it 7 million times, let's give you some money. I'm just very intrigued that there hasn't been a big Disney lawsuit yet. I don't get it. So far it's been up to like smaller artists and some newspapers and things, I think, to drive the lawsuits. Where I just think if they go through and say, you can't do it without copyright infringement, so too bad, they're allowed to copyright infringe, then it should just be anything you make with it can't be copyrighted. Like, I'm perfectly fine with if a human made it, you can copyright it and you can protect it. If a computer made it, meh. I mean, wasn't there a court case about when a monkey takes a photo? Who has the copyright? Didn't that end up being no one has it? But even here, ignoring all the... That bush looks suspicious. Ignoring all of the issues and... Just ignoring all the issues, right? Easy. Ignoring all the issues and the copyright infringement, it's very, very interesting and amazing where the tech got to. Right, we're almost at the point where you can have a discussion with something and you can't always tell whether this is a person with some problems or a PC somewhere. Okay, how many nights were we supposed to run down here to find these crabs? We found 4. And we paused ages ago. Scroll the picture of scientific mouse anatomy. Hey, it's pretty funny. There's huge balls. That's not going to make me open something on stream. I'm pausing to cough. I'm not pausing to go Google AI mouse balls. Yeah, but there's gonna be some big lawsuits soon. As soon as more very rich people get affected by, because no one gives a shit if something happens to a normal person, right? You can have as much shitty fake AI porn of a normal person, nothing's gonna happen. But as soon as it happens to enough big influential people, all these AI generator things are gonna have an interesting time. Apparently the Twitter one is absolutely insane and it'll draw anything you ask it to. It's pretty funny. There's huge balls. In fact, I have 4 balls. Yeah, I'm curious to see what kids are going to hand in for schoolwork and how wrong it is. And they're going to believe it because my chatbot friend said so. And it just sucks, right? I don't think anyone thought that as soon as... I don't like saying AI, but fine. As soon as AI systems gets big enough to start replacing people's work, I don't think anyone thought it was going to be artists. Right? Something where the input of a human is most important. We should definitely just make another internet where you get banned permanently if you post AI things intentionally. Because yeah, it has no soul. The art, not the AI itself. And you go a bit over and there's a grumpy old AI man as the top result. Damn. Borderlands 40, so 2025. Interesting. I do like Borderlands, but it's just never been as good as the first one. I just feel I probably just played too much of the first one, and I don't think there's any way to innovate in it without losing like the Borderlands spirit. And probably too boring if you don't innovate. Okay, maybe the crabs don't spawn when time's paused. Let's have time run for 10 minutes and then we pause it again. Man, I hate this quest. It's just tedious. I hate tedious things in games. Definitely won't be as good as the movie. I'll watch it when it's on streaming. I just want to see how bad it is. I've seen parody movies with better casting choices than that. That is so funny. And then 10 minutes of new Call of Duty. Yay! Woohoo! Man, people enjoy it. Right, make those Call of Duty games. I don't care. But yeah, I'm intrigued about Borderlands because yeah, 1 was amazing. 2 was okay, but I just had issues with the game crashing every now and then. And after you've tried to do the same quest twice and it crashed each time, it's like, okay, screw this, I'm done. 3 I played all the way through, but it was okay. Wasn't as good as the first one. And there was the one set on the moon or something, right? I didn't finish that one. But I wouldn't mind a new Borderlands. I do like I like lootery shootery kind of games. And hey, it's a single player looter shooter game. I mean, most of them's multiplayer, so yeah. Should not complain at all. Goat Simulator Remastered. Oh damn. Where the fuck's this? Cherry Orchard. Beware. Oh shit. Man, we could have gone cherries ages ago. We know about this. Which Goat Simulator did we play? 3. It was silly, it was okay. Why does this place have a... Oh, it's this guy's house. Hey, bro. Okay. Westborn's game is still enjoyable for me, but I hope the new one's better than last attempts. Yeah, it's still fun. But I must say, I haven't enjoyed many of the characters as much as I did in the first one. 2 also had some good characters. 3, I don't even remember who the characters were, to be honest. I have no idea. I had no idea it wasn't 3. I only remember the enemies were annoying. Occasionally slightly funny, but overall, eh. Man, maybe I should play Borderlands again. But yeah, I'd enjoy it. I play New Borderlands and I enjoy it. What about top-down Borderlands? Like Vampire Survivors, but it's Borderlands. That sounds like a lot of fun. And I do realize that I seem to think anything in the style of Vampire Survivors would be fun. And it sounds like that because it is like that. Do we get any silly little crabs in here? Maybe it just doesn't work with pause time, but that means for the next... Oh shit, no. I've only killed 4 crabs. How am I ever gonna get to 50? You've only ever heard of either Borderlands and Mass Effect from 9gag. Holy shit. Never even been on 9gag in my life. I don't know anything about it. All it just sounded to me like... What's this? 9gag was where you would go if you think Reddit's too mature for you. I don't know if that's true. That sentence probably makes some people upset, but... That's how it sounded. So I stayed quite far away. But yeah, the first couple Mass Effects, 1, 2, and 3, mostly I liked 1 the most. Still, 2 was also good. 3 was okay, but man, Mass Effect 1, that was one of those games where I would get up early before class to play. It was so good. When was Mass Effect 1 released? – 2007. Okay, that means I got up early before work to play. Which I don't know if that's worse. That's worse, yeah. Yeah, damn. That was so good. Which means I played that on the 360. I enjoyed having an Xbox 360. I mean, saying my favorite console is one of the only real consoles I've had, but still. It was a good experience. And there were so many cool games back then. I'm still intrigued at how quickly I picked up using a controller. Okay, we gotta find some crabs. Are there just no crabs? Okay, let's unpause. Leave this area. This is how my week's going so far, basically. It's the same as this crab hunt, except I can't affect time. But yeah, this is a horrible quest. Like, what's the challenge in this? What's the fun in this? Having to kill 50 of a thing and we only find 4 a night. Am I gonna waste the next 13 days looking for them and then right at the end I'm not gonna have enough? I saw someone say go in here and go in the caves and they spawn, but I don't think they do. Unless I have to go really far. Right, I haven't seen a single crab in here. Let me just look again what they said. You want to go to Underscarp or the deep dark found in a cave on East Scarp Beach. Okay, maybe the problem is I can't go in here yet. Deep dark not ready. I just don't want to waste this many evenings on something that we're just not gonna get. How do I get over there again? Maybe that's a crab. Is there another path down? Wasn't there an entrance sort of hidden somewhere over here? Or is it just that? I must be honest, this doesn't seem to me like there's a menace of crabs. That's just this. Okay, where does that take me? Oh, there. Okay, fine. Oh, big bird. Fine, let's just go back. We'll try again, but I'm concerned that we're going to fail this. I was hoping they would keep spawning. Okay. Okay, they are connected, okay. To make sure. It's a little mahogany seed farm. What was the other quest again? Maybe I should have picked that one. That means it's putting you to sleep, probably, because there's not much going on, right? It's me running around whining about the fact that I can't find any crabs. And that's it. Peak content. Old man complaining about crabs. Usually people complain about having crabs, but in this case, they complain about not having crabs. Speaking about crabs, there's nothing to do with crabs. Man, people are upset again at Twitch for their new shitty features they added. A while ago, I thought probably like a month or two ago, I said, I don't really agree with the changes they're making, but at least it finally looks like they are making changes, right? But damn now. Like, what the hell are they doing? Now this is a feature that you can't actually turn off. Where you can say, these are my favorite streamers, and then they can knock on your stream to say, please collab with me, please collab with me. And then you say yes, and you can all chat, and it just takes your webcam and blah, blah, blah. But you can't turn it off. You can pause it for one stream or for 1 hour, but there's no please turn this off forever button. The only way to turn it off forever is just say, okay, I only allow my favorite people to do this, and I'm just not going to select any favorites. I just don't understand why they keep on peeing on their own feet like this. Like, there's a feature you think is really cool, but you think other people won't like it. Add the feature, fine. But just make it opt-in. I don't understand. Oftentimes I do understand why people make stuff opt-out only, or make it really hard to opt out, because, I don't know, it's usually ads or some shit like that. But in this one, how do they make extra money from that? I don't think they do. It's just annoying for some people. I mean, it's not going to affect my life at all, but it's just dumb. They're just throwing all the little bit of goodwill they've made up in the last few months. They're just throwing all of that away for what? For a silly little feature people didn't ask for. It's just weird. All they needed to do was just say, hey, we have a new feature, you can opt in over here. And this is how you turn it on, and this is how you turn it off. And people would have said, oh, who asked for that? I can't believe this is how you waste your money, blah, 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 blah. And then they would have just, it would have been fine, but no. We gotta add bullshit features no one asks for, and then we have to turn it on for everyone. And make it so you can't turn it off. You have to have a workaround to turn it off. It's just dumb. Did you also have the Madonna pee rumor at your school? This face is supposed to look like, huh? But it actually just looks like I'm super creepy and I'm excited now. No, let's not do that. Should I do this one? No. This one? No, I don't fucking know. But what? 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 Huh? What do you mean? I was gonna say Twitch, they just keep shooting themselves in the foot, but then I thought, you know, maybe that's a little bit too serious, so I reduced it to they're just peeing on their own feet. People were saying she bathes in her pee. Ah, okay. Interesting. Never heard that. Maybe it was after my time. But we did have the Marilyn Manson rib rumor, which is still, how did that rumor spread all across the world without something like the internet or social media or something to spread it around? Was it in a magazine somewhere? Was it on TV somewhere? Like how? How did everyone hear that rumor from this friend we have, weird older brother? He said this. I'm like, oh, okay, that's super fucking weird, but okay, I can believe it. We all believed it. It does seem like the guy would do that, though. Yeah, sure, but I don't look at people and go, you know, that dude, he looks weird. He probably had a rib removed. I'm just curious at how. How did that rumor spread all over the world? Now, during that time, South Africa was mostly like in its own little global lockdown due to reasons. So it's not like there's a lot of interaction with other countries. And we still had that rumor. Like, it makes sense today that things spread as fast as they do, and everybody hears it, all these things that might or might not be true, but what the hell? I need fire cords to rub on my sore toe. Fuck off, Kent. Don't be weird. Yeah, I am very, very intrigued. I wish I knew where that rumor started and you could track it down like a illness spreading. You know, little lines on a map. Like phone call from here to here and now it spreads, and like that game Plague Inc. or whatever, where you know the disease and it spreads, except it's a rumor spreading and you can sort of see how it goes. Because I just want to know. Like how? How did the exact same rumor spread? Like the fact that weird rumors about him spread, that's completely normal. There's nothing strange about that to me. But the exact same rumor. Before the internet. I mean, it probably wasn't before the internet, but before the internet was mostly accessible for most people in South Africa. How? How do we get that same rumor? How did primary school me know this? Maybe it was written in some metal magazine somewhere. This guy told this guy that told this guy that told his little brother that then told someone else, and then finally primary school us. We found out. We were like, wow. Maybe it wasn't primary school, maybe it was high school, I don't even remember. So long ago. Did I level up again? Oh shit. I think we've leveled up way too fast for the game. It's probably just the long days, right? Remember the rumor too, yeah. Like, I get how something, let's say it started in the US and it spread around in the US. That makes sense to me, but how did it spread, let's say, from the US and then you guys heard it as well and we heard it? Like, how? Super Hyper Infinity Nikki. What is that? It's not that Nikkei game, except it's... Oh. Infinity Nikki. Oh no, it's 100... It looks cute, but it's 100% gacha game stuff, right? That she just scrub a dog. Wow, you can get some bling, some threads of purity, some resonite crystal. cool fishing. What is about fishing? It looks good. Interesting. Never heard about this in my life. It's glam time anytime. Oh, is it a bit of a fashion game? Yeah, when I read Nikkei, I thought it's that Nikkei game, the jiggly girls that shoot guns game. I thought, what's the infinity one gonna be like? I'm going to take out the coffee, right? This coffee is bullshit. I don't like it. I don't want it on my phone. Cool. Showed part of XL2 now. Oh man, it looks so good. It looks so good. I know I'm going to play it and I'm going to have a wonderful time. And then we're going to get to some point in the game where I'm going to hit a wall. And it's going to be so difficult. And I'm going to be so incredibly salty about the fact that I don't enjoy the game the way I'm supposed to enjoy the game. And then I'm going to get sad and annoyed, and then every few months I'm going to play it again, and then I'm going to get sad and annoyed. Just as Stardew Valley is the game where it's sort of farming games, where you can't play the game without comparing it against Stardew Valley. And you just keep comparing it in that way as well. You play a little bit and you go, damn, I wish it had this bit that Stardew Valley has. I wish I could do this that I can do in Stardew Valley. It's the same way with Diablo-like games for me now. In most of them, let's say I pick the mage or sorcerer or whatever character, and they shoot a fireball. And some of them I often think, damn, I wish I could shoot like 5 fireballs with each click. And it's like, oh, in that game it's not possible. Path of Exile, sure, yeah, do it. Like, oh, I wish I could make the explosions bigger. Other game, maybe. Path of Exile, yeah, sure, do it. Like, oh, I wish I could shoot fireballs in like a shotgun pattern. Just spray out all over the field. Now the game's like, nah, no, that's not an option. Path of Exile, sure, yeah, go for it. Like, oh, I wish I could, instead of me casting the fireball spell, I wish I could get a totem that casts it for me. Other game, maybe. Path of Exile, yeah, sure. I hate that my dream game is literally just Path of Exile with a couple difficulty sliders. Dune Awakening. Is that a base building game? Is that an adventurous game? I can't remember. I know it's like an alternate history Dune, right? Or I think so. Hang on, let's go to East Scarp and we'll talk to people and see maybe we can get a quest that opens up that underground area. Third person action. Why did I think there was like base building stuff involved? Could be good. I hope it's good. Oh, there is also base building. Okay, I feel like I saw something on base building. Sometimes I really enjoy base building and other times I'm sort of meh. We just need to go into everybody's house and see if we can get a cutscene. Make it look multiplayer heavy. Oh, it's a survival game, right? Maybe. Like a Ark or the Forest or whatever, except it's Dune. Typical Ubisoft game. Oh, I'll probably play it at some point. Oh, I'm stuck. What's that? Oh, dandelion in the road. Looks like a little church. Can't go in. I hear police sirens. That's something I hear often. Oh no, it's her. Man, when it comes to Ubisoft games, they just have so many games that are so close to being good. Where it just feels if there was a little bit more soul added to the game and a little bit less microtransaction focused, it would have been such a wonderful game. I still just wish one day they sell the Division to someone and they can take the game and turn it into a proper solo RPG. Because that game is so, almost so good. I don't even mind the bullet spongy things, it's just almost such a good game. I don't even listen to what she's saying, I don't like her. Blah blah blah. Oh, she wants to rent out her room. Should I say maybe you're being too picky, or should I say it's the early days? I'd say it's the early days, yeah, let's not be mean. Oh yeah, I should have been mean. Baron Munchington's requires his sustenance. No one talks like that. Have a splendid day, and perhaps soon we shall converse once more. Maybe she's an alien. Like, no one talks like that. Not even fancy old money, posh rich people. No one talks that way. I think she's faking it. I think she read too many Great Gatsby type of books. Not Great Gatsby. What's the other one that's famous? I don't know. Watches too much Downton Abbey and get it wrong. Oh no, it's Abigail with a flute. I didn't insult Downton Abbey, if that's what you're wondering, Shrek. She just talks like she thinks she's in an old-timey scenario. Or do you speak that way as well? Enjoying the weather. What book was I thinking of that I wanted to say? I don't even know. Beautiful and Damned. No, I don't even know what that is. Blah, blah, blah. We're not here to socialize, Abigail. We're here to... Why do I have a mini harp with me? Where did I pull that out? It wasn't in my backpack. Are we gonna get accidentally married to Abigail? Hope not. mean like the Bronte sisters books? I don't even know what that is. That's my level of ignorance about the subject. Now, as I say, she talks like she thinks she's in a Victorian or Edwardian era book. Genshin Impact content trailer finally can go for a sec. Do you not like Genshin Impact? It's a pity because some of those games apparently are fun to play, but I just can't get into a game where buying stuff with actual money is part of the gameplay. I just can't. I can't afford it. I'll spend all my money if I get too into it. It's too risky. And when they said it's going to Switch years ago, I would have guessed it might have been there already. But maybe they're struggling with the monetization stuff, right? I don't know what Nintendo's policy is about trying to squeeze as much money out of people as possible. Another company doing it. Of course they're okay if they're the company doing it. I want to make another rain totem. It needs to rain every day until we get lightning. Truffle oil, pine tar, hardwood. Nice. Oh, it just increases the chance for rain the next day. Shit. But yeah, apparently it's a good game, right, Genshin? I've heard it's good. But I just, like, how a game is monetized is just too big of a negative for me on the list of whether I want to play something or not. I'm too stubborn when it comes to that. Just do not like the idea of that much. Hey, I want a new character, now I need to actually, if I definitely want that character, I need to pay hundreds of dollars. That's insane. Your classmates loved it, always wanted to play. Damn. I don't actually know, maybe you can get quite far without paying at all, but I don't know. It seems it's a bit rough for me. Sucks you can't play cross-platform Stardew. Can you not? I mean, it's probably cheaper that way, right? Is Stardew on PC only on Steam? I never actually checked. Probably no, it's not. I wonder if you can play like the Game Pass version with the Steam version, stuff like that, or whether it's all very much platform specific. But I think it's too difficult with some of the console ones with the PC ones, right? Because in the PC, he decides, I want to update the game, and he can just update the game. Where console, he has to constantly get patches approved, and it's always a version or two out of date as well, isn't it? Because it's so much more difficult to just iteratively fix things. Like, oh, I just want to do a quick patch that changes one thing. Nope. Approval time again. I do think Stardew would be fun to play with someone. I don't know how much more fun it would be than playing solo. I feel Stardew is actually well balanced solo, probably because it started all solo. But anything that's usually anything that's fun solo is just more fun with other people, right? It's just, it just feels like it's a good hangout game. We don't have to be too focused on the game. You can just chill out, chat, and chop some trees. In Minecraft, so you can at least play that together. Haven't talked to us in school. Damn. It's crazy that everyone immediately dipped the country after bachelor's. I mean, it's a big change, right? Going from academics to working. Life changes a lot. Like schedules are different, jobs are different, you move to another place. I don't specifically miss like studying, but I do miss the university lifestyle. Even though I do still feel like I work too much, I could have had a much better social life. I could have probably put half the effort in and I still would have done decently. Not like I did spectacularly well, but most of my time was spent on helping other people. Right, I had a girlfriend that also did engineering. We had a lot of classes together. And was a friend in one of my classes as well, and they struggled a little bit, so they always needed help. So if we were working on a project or something, I would spend like a tenth of the time working on my project and the rest of the time helping someone else. And I enjoyed it at the time because I like feeling useful, but now I think, damn, could have spent that time on something else. Exam stress outweighs any positives, yeah. Man, I used to get so nervous. That first time I failed a math exam. That was rough. But most people failed that one. I was just shocked. Mostly because I specifically asked the lecturer whether there's one specific bit of work that I just didn't really get. I just sort of said, hey, is this very important for the exam? And she said, no, it's going to be mostly the other stuff. And then it was 75% just that. I'm like, oh, fuck. And it's not like I didn't study it at all, but there's a massive difference between mostly the other thing and then it's 3/4 of the exam. So I got like 37 on that exam or something. It's the lowest marks I've ever gotten in anything in my entire life. But luckily we could do a rewrite and did significantly better because it was about the other stuff. Cool mech game has its 5v5 multiplayer. I wish games weren't so focused on playing with random people online. Where's all the games for the I don't want to interact with anyone people? Probably nowhere, because that's not really where most of the money is. Except single player games still do quite well, right? Apparently the monkey game's doing really well, which I am intrigued about. I'm not sure if it's really my kind of game. Might be a little bit difficult, but still, definitely play it at some point. Civ 7. Ooh. Only thing I know about Civ 7 is apparently they dropped the launcher thing, but you have to have a 2K account, and then someone else said no, it's only if you want to play multiplayer. So that's all I know about Civ 7 drama-wise. I used to play so much Civilization, but I stopped playing at some point because they started doing the every now and then it's like, oh, here's another DLC pack, here's another DLC pack, here's another DLC pack. So then I wait until you can get like a version of the game for a reasonable price that has everything. But by the time that happens, the next version of the game comes out, and then I think, maybe I should wait. And then by the time that one has a full package, the next one comes out. So I just stopped playing Civilization at like Civ 3. I think I might have played a little bit of 5, but not much. Civilization 1 was the reason we bought a mouse. Because I didn't know what the hotkey was to go back into a city. Where with a mouse you could just click onto it. So usually if you've done building whatever in the city and that screen pops up and you have to select the next thing. If we accidentally closed the window, it was like, oh shit, now this city's going to do nothing forever. And we begged my dad, Dad, can we please buy a mouse? Ah, the olden days. And then as soon as you had a mouse and you hovered over it, I think it told you what the hotkey was. Like shit. And now I can't even imagine gaming without a mouse. Imagine playing like first-person shooters and you can't aim. Ah, Doom. I haven't played Doom in years. I wonder if I'd get motion sick now. I probably would. Oh, we have to go hunt crabs. I'm just gonna cheese this and just pause every night. With the hope that we might be able to get this. Why is it still so bright? It's still day at 7:40 in the desert. Civ 7 coming to the Switch? Damn. I mean, that seems sensible. I wouldn't guess that Civilization would be too intensive. Has it been on console previously? I don't remember. Okay, let's go. Let's go crab hunting. Let's let the time keep running until like, I don't know, 10 or 11. It is still weird having big games coming out to the Switch, right? But maybe it's optimized well enough that it'll run on whatever the next Switch is, and and the current one, so they just went, you know what, let's just release it. If the platform's the same, right, if it is just the same old Nvidia chip, just a new one, then it makes sense. When's the announcement about the announcement going to happen again? I feel like, wasn't that around this time? Switch to announcement date. At August Direct event. Interesting. Oh, adding in a car in Starfield. Wow. The problem is that's just the reason people want a car. Okay, cars are cool in games, but the reason people want one is because there's nothing to do on the planet other than get from point A to point B. And they made that incredibly slow and tedious. I mean, they can't add stuff in between point A and point B. A and B, that's gonna be... It's too late, but... It's a pity. I do think I'm close to waking up one morning and thinking, you know what? Maybe I should give Starfield another go. See which mods have released. That fixes the things I like and I don't like. Hopefully the bugs got fixed. That just ruined my playthrough for me. I'm just straight up losing my spaceship and then next time losing everything in the cargo on my spaceship. That's when I quit playing. Because having to roll back like an entire day or two's gameplay is just annoying. It would just be better if there was interesting things to do in Starfield, right? Like some of the quests, fine, they're okay. But when you accidentally take one of those, oh, I'm gonna scan everything on a planet quest, it is just so incredibly tedious. I've free killed everyone now. Yeah, no crabs. A little bit annoying. But we got a few more outside. Right, we got 5. So at this pace... Oh no, I can't go this way. Oh, was there just a rock in the way last time? Did that count? Yeah, that counted. Okay, I was an idiot last time. There was a rock in the way and I thought for some reason there's a wall. Damn. I'm trying to think what would actually make me want to play Starfield. Like, what would I want? But I don't even know. There's a lot to do, but there's no reason to do any of it. Right? Oh, you can build a base on a planet where you can... Okay, it costs a lot of resources. Okay, cool. How do I get resources? Okay, you can mine it on the planet. Okay, what's the point of mining the stuff on a planet? Oh, you can use it to build bases. It's like, oh, now I need to build a mining base so that I can build a mining base, and it's the only useful thing. Oh, you can use the resource to build a ship as well, but it's just so much easier to just hijack a ship. Because the way the skills are spaced out is just so horrible. Yeah, maybe a mod that redoes the skills would be super useful. Because yeah, the entire like stats and whatever system I just didn't like. I don't even remember what it was. I just remember I didn't like it. Like the order of some of those skills were weird, and I don't think there is actually any like stats and requirements for things. Which is a pity. But what they'll probably do is they start adding some stuff that actually is useful, and then they'll probably make that Creators Club mods or whatever. Just gonna stand here for a few minutes and then freeze time and go back in again and see. Then I get lucky and more crabs spawned, or is that just not how it works? Okay. Could be that there was a few crabs behind houses that I just didn't see. Ah. Okay, there were probably a few more that first night that we didn't kill. But still, I wish they just kept spawning so you could just do it in 2 nights. It's too tedious of a quest to spread out over 13 days. Well, it's probably going to take me like 10 days, right? Which I don't think Stardew Valley is the kind of thing where you want to do the same thing for 10 days in a row. Oh. Nice. Okay, we've made a decent dent. 15. Would be cool if they just aggroed and they all just charged right at you. You didn't have to go hunt them down. Probably gonna end stream soon. Maybe this is just the final day. This was a nice distraction, but I have other things going on. Wasn't there Is there a minecart somewhere in here? Or is that my imagination? Ah, let's mine that. Okay. Oh, there he is. Robin's working late. So now something really cool. Amazon Prime anthology series. Each episode is set in a different video game world. There's Sifu, Space Marines, Outer Worlds. Looks cool. That does sound cool. I really do hope Amazon does good stuff with the 40k license. And I feel like something like Space Marines things could be just... I think it's even better if you don't do like a long series all about the same people. If you just do these little 2-3 episode like mini series. I feel like that would be ideal. Called Secret Level. When I read Secret Level, my brain inserted cow level in there, and I just thought about Diablo with a cow level. From Tim Miller coming December. Oh, that could be interesting. Let's do one day. I forgot about something, and I'm not going to remember it until next time. Oh. House big, okay. Weird moving around of things, right? Why? Okay, so how do I remove this? How do I go to... I feel like removing the crib is the Stardew Valley equivalent of birth control. Do we have any seeds? It's gonna take too long. Let's plant a little bit of rice, right? It's not gonna grow very well without the water, but it annoys me that you can plant a crop that does better in water, but you can't make like water canals. I would love to have like a little rice farm, but being forced to do it right next to the river sucks. Okay. We should also go to the truck driver next to Jojo, right? We have what he needs. Maybe I should just get the auto grabber. If I literally just put the auto grabber and the auto petter in here, right? Is that gonna... Are they going to be as happy as me manually petting them? It's just tedious. Every day. Got to check in yesterday and do this. What's the point of getting one rare seed out of putting one fruit in? It's a little bit of a waste. Oh. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Now I need to start saving up for the next level of the house. And start aging some wine. Still loving with the purple turtle. We have to get that purple turtle at some point. It is a necessity, but I feel once we have the big money-making machine set up, it might be a little bit. If you think about, do I want to upgrade my house or do I want to buy a purple turtle? Wasn't it 60k? Or was that the cheap turtle? I hope it wasn't 500. Because yeah, okay, then it's going to wait until so much later. Because I think when Granddad's ghost comes back to judge me, I don't think he's going to fondly look upon spending that much money on a purple turtle. I think I'm going to get this one, so I can have the extra trinket slot. Nice. Huh? New equipment slot for trinkets. Trinkets can be found. Oh, these aren't trinkets. Oh, fuck, these are rings. Okay. Damn it, I thought it gave me an extra ring slot. I thought the rings and stuff are trinkets. Mini Forge, Dragon Tooth. Yeah, we are so far over leveled for where we're supposed to be in the game. It's a little bit silly. We need thunderstorms. We need thunderstorms because I need batteries, damn it. There's electric lights in town, right? Why is the only way for me to get batteries having a lightning hit a lightning rod? 8% there already. We're spending this money on a house upgrade. This money is already spoken for. Go and spend it on a pet. I want more experience. I want to save this and trade it in. No, let's just get experience. Oh, we're almost approaching the egg festival again. Special charm. If an aura of good fortune surrounding your luck is permanently increased. Oh, nice. Nice. Let's go run around an east scarp. It feels exactly like a Thursday. It's gonna be so disappointing tomorrow when I figure out mentally that it's not Friday. Huh. Wait, is that duck a person? The Emperor, oh shit. Can we actually get warp totems, bread? I'm just tired of those silly crabs. Oh, I wish I never took that quest. I feel like a quest that's that tedious should not have a time limit. Because then people can go, sure, I'll do it over time, right? Every few nights I'll come and I kill a few crabs. Like the Adventurers Guild Kill Animals quest, right? Adding a time restriction to something that's super tedious sucks. Because now you have to do it now. You can't just sort of organically, I mean, you're never going to run around at night time, right? But it just doesn't feel good. It could be worse. It does look like I'm going to make it, at least. Right, we have 11 days left. I've already killed 15. I think the biggest annoyance is worrying about putting in that much time and then not hitting the goal. What drinks do I have on? Close down, lucky. Oh fuck it, let's use those two. I don't really need this much iridium anymore. This is not the bottleneck that I have. Maybe it's just because I haven't built enough stuff that needs iridium. Could have always just gone for the slime hutch. But I don't really know what I do. I usually just build the slime hutch so that I've built the slime hutch. Come on, you bastard. But if even with pausing the game, right, if I'm struggling to kill enough crabs... Oh, it's because the crabs aren't time related. It's too bad for you. 5 of them spawned, right? Just ass.
Oh yeah, sweet wee. Ooh.
I'm very sleepy. No, actually I'm not sleepy, I'm just tired. I tried to go to bed early last night, but I would just lay there awake for hours. Because I wasn't dead tired enough. Ooh, Peter Molyneux game. He's gonna have to lie extra hard now that Hello Games guy took the mantle of who lies the most about games. I never even knew, like playing their games growing up, that he had a tendency to over-exaggerate, right? I played Fable way after release and I thought this is a cool game. I loved it. Completely missed the entire internet discussions and the things he promised and didn't promise. One thing I would like to see something about is Hello Games' new game, right? Procedurally generated fantasy thing, blah blah blah. I want to see how they expect it to be. I'm not going to believe a word they say, but I'm curious. And the crowd cheered when he entered the stage. That's the thing when you're... Like, everybody knows he over-exaggerates up to the point of lying, so now it's just sort of his thing, and I think people are, haha, yeah, the liars here. Teehee. Cheer. And they did make good games back in the day, right? Game looked really cool. Ooh. Yeah, his previous couple attempts at a game, right, seemed a little bit more like I don't know, some artsy attempt at being clever rather than a game. But yeah, I would like seeing what's there. I don't even know what his company's named at the moment. No idea. But man, I loved Fable so much. And then Fable 2 and 3 was a bit disappointing to me. Masters of Albion. Interesting. build by day, fight by night, an epic story of power and consequences. Oh no, consequences. Design, build and customize your world from the food your people eat, and clothes they wear, the weapons they wield, the homes they live in. Possess characters that dwell in this unique god game. Is this god game with like a little fantasy village? Cute. This is basically just Populous again, but cool stuff. We'll see. Okay, up to the level where you're literally just put a mouse in that pie. Can you do everything in the village? I wonder if you have to do everything or whether that's just if you don't trust people and everything's got a little bit of a mini game. Oh, big house. And then it left the ceiling there. How I would play this. So far this looks cute. Or like the money is actually just pounds. I don't know if I'd want to take over or whether I would just want the characters just do their own thing. Huh. Okay. Looks interesting. Oh, 22 cans. Looks curious, but don't trust the guy. Yeah. Definitely a company where wait for release to see what's actually in the game, right? That's partly why I'm also so curious about Halo Games' next game. Partly because I think the game sounds cool, but it's massive part I just want to see. I think that's going to be are they a company that can be trusted or are they not? Because so far with their big games, right, they released one big game, lied out their ass about what's in the game even after the game released. So we know 100% they lie about what's in the game, but we also know if they make money, they slowly over time still work on the game. I just want to see if there's another big game that they release. Are they going to lie again? If they don't, nice. I'm just going to check that doesn't accidentally count as a crab, right? So 15. No, it has to be in that region. Because man, if they lie again about what's in a game, then that's gonna be crazy. And there is a difference between slightly exaggerating, right, and straight up lying in people's face. I'm quite surprised how quickly people got over that. Ooh, Blizzard. Wow. New live service game, probably. No, probably not. That we're not doing anything new. Oh, we need to eat some cheese. Man, I can't believe I ended up being so anti-Blizzard. How did we go from being my favorite? BioWare, Blizzard and Bethesda. I think they used to be my favorite three game developers, and now it's just sad. drink water. I can always put my slime ring on, just be safe from the slimes. But I think that's gonna be fun. I'm killing them anyway, they might as well run towards me. And I can't believe World of Warcraft is still going. That is crazy. But the fact that it's been going so long, right, it probably just means World of Warcraft is never going to end. Unless it would be funny if the announcement they're making right now is World of Warcraft's ending, but I doubt that that's that. Four o'clock, almost time to go. Kill some crabs again. And I'm just emotionally tired today. I'm not sleepy tired, I just wanna go crawl in a hole. Which is what we're doing right now in Stardew Valley. It's just a very big hole. What I want to throw away? This mushroom. Die. We have to kill mummies, right? I think for one of the quests as well. I should look for a mod that shows me the murder numbers. So I don't have to run back to the Adventurers Guild. I just forget. What time is it? Almost 9. In real life. In game it's 4:50. I saw a headline of an article saying everyone should keep their windows closed for the next 4 days. I go, oh, what? I didn't click on it because it's one of the news sites that don't deserve my clicks. And I'm just curious why. I checked my weather app and it said air quality good, so I wonder. Because of the site it could be anything from insects to weird stuff in the air to, oh no, immigrants are going to climb in your windows. It's that kind of site. Should probably just ban them. But I do like laughing at the right-wing news headlines. It's often hilarious. Diablo 4 new season tease, oh yeah. Unless it completely redoes the game. Yeah, it's such a disappointment. If you told me 10 years ago I'm gonna play a Diablo game and I can play it for free and I'm gonna stop playing it because I think it's shit, I would have been very, very sad, and I might not have believed you. I might have been concerned about future me's mental health, and I should have been, but not because of that reason. No, I'm just really excited about when the hell's Titan Quest 2 coming out, and when is the Grim Dawn DLC coming out. Because I just want to play a good game like that. Oh shit. Keeping windows closed because of spiders apparently. Oh fuck. Okay. That's a good reason to keep them closed. That is one of the reasons why I keep my windows closed at night, right? When it's a little bit rainy outside. Because a bunch of times spiders do climb in. And it's not their flat, they need to stay outside. Inside is my area. I pay a lot of money for... What's that? I pay a lot of money for living inside. Goggles. Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna run around looking like a massive dweeb. Do people still say dweeb? I don't know. I feel like the goggles might look better if you weren't so bald. Most things look better if you're not that bald. Ooh, prismatic shard. Fine, dump the cloth. Okay, let's head back. Let's just grab these and then we'll head back. We have so much. Yeah, we have so much iridium. Maybe with our new goggles we can better see the crabs at night. Baldness makes it better. We do look like we're going to go for a swim and we're going to be extremely aerodynamic. You can't say makes it better and then your next sentence you say like a minion. Those words don't go together. You can, you did, okay. I should say you shouldn't, but fine, let's keep the minion cosplay then. It does make my head... No, my head is in a shadow. Why is my head so shadowy? It's because it's night. Shouldn't the moon shine on my head? Shouldn't it be extra shiny? What's going on? Okay, how's my mahogany situation? Oh, one mahogany seed. I can plant one. Can I plant one there? Can't. Yeah, let's keep planting. Pam will love you. Look, she's definitely the type of girl to share minion memes. I do agree. 100%. But Pam is also the person who drinks the most in town. So I don't know if we should really choose our fashion sense for what Pam would enjoy the most. It's not like I have any fashion sense. No, I wouldn't say I don't have any fashion sense. I just at the moment don't care. 6 p.m. somewhere with a minion with a glass of wine. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the bats can fly through the walls and say, what the hell just happened? Well, I'd rather see shitty minion meme posters and things put up rather than people putting up like motivational shit. And that frog choking the bird trying to eat him and like, oh, you can do it, or hang on, blah blah blah, shit like that. Man, I hate fake motivational stuff so much. When I was doing my masters, I used to put, there were some motivational posters everywhere. So I used to put demotivational posters up next to my desk, and my the dude who was in charge of my my studies, my study leader, what do you call him, wasn't very happy. What was my favorite one? I think this kind of shit, but hang on, let me find it. Yeah, this one. I had this one printed out. Only I could see it, or someone who stands behind my PC, because I was in a corner, but this used to be my favorite. Failure, when your best just isn't good enough. And I thought it was hilarious back in the day, but no. I have to say the hang in there kitten posters become an anti-meme. Yeah, but at the time it was annoying. So being in a big room just filled with this fake optimistic, motivational, dumb shit nonsense when every second person actually just wanted to slam their head in the window and jump out. But unfortunately we were only on the second floor. I wanted to balance things out with a little failure poster. But yeah. It wasn't as well appreciated as I hoped it would be. I feel these days that kind of shit is mostly people posting on LinkedIn. Is there anything more pathetic than a LinkedIn influencer? Man, that's the fucking worst. Don't know how you can do that and not feel a little bit ashamed. I hate that shit. Everybody basically just cosplaying being a CEO, posting the dumbest fucked up advice. And it's gotten to the point where people can post satire of it and I can't tell the difference. I hate that we can't tell the difference between satire and real life anymore. It's almost like, okay, this is too ridiculous to believe, it must be real. Where the satire is a little more subtle. Like, it's a big surprise The Onion hasn't gone out of business, right? Because what the hell can they post and say that is more ridiculous than real life things? I saw this post, I got married on Sunday, here is what it taught me about stock prices. I wish the article was then just nothing. It taught me nothing because I got married and it has nothing to do with stock prices. Or maybe he got married and he hates his wife now. So he was going to say stock price looks like a valuable, good idea to buy, but then you regret it afterwards. Man, some online influency kind of people. Just so out of touch. Maybe one day someone can pay me to promote stuff and I can also be an out-of-touch online influencer. I would throw away so many of my morals and ethical concerns for a big bag of money. It would happen so quick. Damn. Can't wait. Honestly, it's probably like invest in baby formula. I'm sorry. Oh, I need to drink water. Where did this stupid cough come from? Look at this idiot standing in the rain with his goggles on. Fucking dumbass. 22. Okay, we're almost halfway there. Now I've got Bon Jovi music in my brain. No rain gets in his eyes, so yeah, he can even run. I used to be very serious about trying to determine how fast do you run or walk where you don't get wetter than just walking like super slowly in the rain, right? Because there has to be, depending on how hard it rains, the time, like going from there to there, right? If you go slowly, you're in the rain for a long time, so you're going to get fairly wet. And if you run at a certain speed, you hit the same amount of raindrops, mostly from the front. But there has to be a speed in between going really slowly and going really fast where you start missing more of the raindrops, right? And you get there quicker, or you get the same amount of raindrops per second. But I didn't have goggles like that, so I couldn't test it too well. But I was intrigued. Hey, this is why I'm not successful at my career, because I keep thinking about dumb shit like that. Okay, we need to go back. It's getting late. Once again, an unsuccessful night at getting crabs. Okay, it's raining tomorrow. Did we seriously get no? Yeah, no lightning. Why? I don't like how lightning is done in, or the battery harvesting is done in Stardew Valley. Like having to build so many lightning rods to have a chance of getting a decent amount of batteries just doesn't feel right. It always feels like I'm missing a way to get batteries. Show's over. Ah, so what was your favorite part of the show? Was there a favorite? Oh, look at this house. I fucked it up. Oh shit, I need to go check with Robin and see if we can remodel the house or something and take away the crib. Wrapped up with Indiana Jones, a new Mafia game. Oh. That, hang on. That Indiana Jones game did get released, right? Is this a new Indiana Jones, new game, or the other one actually not get released yet and I didn't notice? Can you make a mega lightning rod farm on the other part of the property? I can, but there's a certain point where it's just iron and refined quartz, right? I have so much space on this farm as well, I might as well do it, but it was just expensive at the time, and I don't know, it just feels like a waste. It's coming in December. Oh. No, I think it doesn't matter on the farm. It's just, is it raining today? If it is raining, then there's like a 25% chance or something of there being lightning, and when there's lightning, you are going to get batteries. But maybe I should make a big, giant farm, lightning farm thing. That could work. Put a chest next to it and just have it do its thing. Oh, I'm gonna forget, but I should remember to put a chest next to it. Wonder how the new Mafia game would be. I was actually tempted. I installed Mafia Definitive Edition. Appeared on Game Pass, and I liked Mafia back in the day, but I tried to play this one, but I was actually hoping to play it on stream. But there's something funky going on where if the graphics are on high or on ultra, I use almost all my GPU. If the graphics are on low, I use almost all my GPU. So there's not enough of a buffer for me to feel safe to stream with, having my model and everything as well. And it annoys me that, I have the frame rate locked, so it's not something as obvious as that, but it annoys me that there's no big difference on my system. It's not like it's struggling to run at 60. It runs fine at 60. It's just, I don't have enough of a safe buffer available for if I start running OBS and VTube Studio at the same time. So maybe I'll play that all stream. I don't know. But I did enjoy it. It was good back in the day. You were hyped for Borderlands 4, but only cinematic teaser. Infinity Nikki was the best. Interesting. Forgot the music. But yeah, the best. I think Mafia is just like a GTA kind of game, right? But the best out of all those kinds of games still is just Sleeping Dogs. I would love a new Sleeping Dogs. Like, not even continuing the story, just completely different characters. It was just so good. That game doesn't even need a remaster or remake. The current version's just perfect. Unless the current version's already a remake or a remaster. Awake Cats. No, but then someone's gonna accidentally think it's woke cats and the internet's gonna go all, oh, how dare they? Oh no. I almost typed Awake Cats in Steam now. And I love that game, so good. And it's on sale, it's £2.39. When did this version come out? Yeah, 2014. A definitive edition. It's just so good. It's so good. Oh, and the definitive edition already has all the DLC included as well. Now, what was my favorite part was Silk Song not be present again. I saw a tweet from someone about some show. Maybe it was the Gamescom one, just preemptively saying, by the way, no Silk Song news. That game, there's no way that game's gonna be good. Maybe I should have played. Oh no, I played Sleeping Dogs last year. I was gonna say maybe I should have played it again, but I played it again last year and it was good. It was fun. I liked it more than GTA. Who made it? United Front Games, Feral Interactive. It's a Square Enix published thing. Huh. So I'd play it again. Yeah, but I'm not gonna enjoy playing it again, right? I need a little bit more time. I enjoy playing games, but not that soon. I'm gonna get like 10 hours in and I'm gonna think, ugh, now I'm bored. Where if I waited another year, I'd play the entire game and have fun. You have to leave it long enough so you start craving it a little bit. It's like how you shouldn't eat a pizza every day. You should wait a little bit. Even though you really want to order another pizza. And it would be so good right at this exact moment. And you're very sad that you don't have one. Something about 2-year gap. I feel it depends. Depends on the thing, right? Sometimes you can play something and you just wait 2 weeks and then your brain just says, you know what would be fun, doing that thing again. And you just do it again. I eat spaghetti every day lately and I'm happy. Hey, wonderful. But if you eat spaghetti every day for like months on end, then you're probably going to get tired of spaghetti for a while, right? No, that's I get something this is now my favorite thing to eat in existence. I'm gonna eat this as much as I can, as often as I can, and then suddenly one day I take a bite and I think, you know what? I don't like this anymore. And then 2 years later, I suddenly have some again. I think, wow, this is the best fucking thing in the entire world. Let's buy 70 packs. You've been eating orzo with peas since COVID. What's orzo? Oh, it's a kind of pasta. Form of shortcut pasta shaped like large grain of rice. Oh, that looks good. What the hell? Why have I never seen this in my life? Huh. Ooh, some mushrooms in. Nah, when I eat pasta, it either has to be like a linguine or something like that, or that's when I want to be fancy. But if I want to have low effort pasta, I just want to stuff it in my face. It has to be like penne pasta. We had a conversation also at least twice already, really? I definitely remember having a discussion about some kind of pasta, but I don't remember it being that. These pictures don't look familiar at all. Maybe I didn't Google it. You'd say at least 4 times. I think you'd be lying if you said 4 times. I don't think my memory's that bad. It's possible that we mentioned it during a food discussion and I just blanked out. You don't eat spaghetti, to be honest. It's spaghetti sauce with bavette pasta. I'm not a big spaghetti fan. It's like a boring noodle. Bavette, like a flat. Okay, what's the difference between... Is it just bavette? What's the difference between that and linguine? And fettuccine. Is fettuccine the thick one? Huh. Okay, that's spaghetti. Since the round ones, then these are the hollow ones. Ah, okay. It's a slightly thicker linguine, okay. Yeah. These little flat ones. Boring. I'd rather eat them. They're okay with like Chinese food or something, right? When it comes to pasta and you want the sauce to grip on and stuff. Long flat noodles? or something like a penne, which I think is my favorite. I'm gonna eat an entire pot of pasta right now. Pasta. I like to make cannelloni. Isn't that a dessert? Oh, it not necessarily. Ooh, oh. It's like an Italian burrito. That's not gonna fall apart because it's already a tube. That does look good. It's lasagna but in toilet paper tubes. Yeah, that looks good. A little bit too tomatoey over here, but the idea of having a nice pasta filling in there. There's too much cheese in these pictures as well. Okay. I wasn't hungry, but now I am. And I'm having a cough attack, so it is time for me to go. Hang on. Ugh. I wish this cough goes away. I don't even know why. I don't even understand. It doesn't feel like there's anything dodgy with my lungs. I just don't understand why I'm coughing all the time. Maybe I have a small alien creature living halfway into my lungs. Is it humid? Not more than usual. It hasn't even been that horrible weather week. I don't know. It's probably just post-COVID symptom. But I'm coughing more now than I did during COVID, right? The couple times I streamed when I had COVID, I was more just tired. Body hurt, head hurt, room spins, but not that much coughing. Interesting. Weird. But yeah, maybe I'm just dying. Could be. But okay, before I do die, thank you so much. I haven't even put the end screen on. Have a good night. I'll be back at some point. Have a good rest of the week. Hopefully Friday runs towards us in a big sprint. I don't think it's going to, but it might. Okay. Bye. 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 Bye.